Welcome back to KIMT News 3 at 10. Let's get you your forecast now with Storm Alert Weather 3 Chief Meteorologist Sarah Knox. And Sarah, when we're talking about those temperatures, I imagine those numbers were not too high today. It felt pretty chilly out there.
Yeah, no, not very high. A little closer to normal than, say, where we started last week when temperatures were close to breaking records. But definitely on the cooler side. And I shouldn't say that for everyone. Not everyone was closer to normal. I'm going to point out Charles City right there. A high of 16 degrees today, 19 in Decorah. And no, that's not necessarily an anomaly. That actually happened. It was a little cooler in places that were less influenced by the southern winds as they started to roll into the area coming into the afternoon. Rochester got to 24, 22 in Mason City, so getting a little bit of influence from that cooler pool. Temperatures, they did ultimately cool down, as they do once we lose that sunshine. So some of us have fallen into the single digits. We got 9 in Decorah, Cresco, New Hampton, Charles City, Osage, and then it gets a little warmer the further to the north, which is rare to say, and a little further to the west. We're at 12 degrees currently in Mason City, 14 in Rochester. Got to factor in the winds, can't forget to do that, and once we do, we start to see some of the negative numbers come back. So wind chills for many of us are back sub-zero. They won't stay there too much longer though, but it's going to take some time because yes, we have southern winds for all of us now back in play, but they're going to increase as we come into the morning. So temperatures will be rising. That's probably going to cause a little bit of those wind chills to maybe fluctuate before they go back above the zero mark. All right, to satellite and radar we go. With those southern winds, we also have gotten some cloud cover a little bit more. It's a bit thicker in some places than others, but this cloud cover is a sign that moisture is back in play. Futurecast picking up on that cloud cover as well as the winds from the south. So let's push time forward and head into the morning. I know it draws your attention, certainly, but what this is brought to us by is by a cold front that's associated with a low pressure system that's spinning further to the north and bringing our friends there a little more of this snowfall. So will it impact us? Let's push time forward and take a peek. This is around 11 a.m. So we've gone from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and looking a little more widespread than what it did earlier in the day. The models are trying to pick up a little bit more on that. Kind of a wintry mixture for some of us because temperatures will be getting back above freezing for a lot of us. So that's going to cause maybe some mixed precipitation. Now it's sticking around a little longer. This is 1 p.m. before it ultimately moves out, and then winds from the northwest return. So I changed this a tad bit just to show that it'll go into the early afternoon with some lighter snowfall, and again, a little bit of a mix possible. Now let's fast forward to Wednesday because some changes happening here too. If you joined us for the earlier newscast, you'll remember snow was a little more widespread. It's making a bit more of a southern shift at this point, and the probability of 2 or more inches of snow remains mainly across North Iowa. Again, 2 or more inches, we're talking 30 to 40% chance there. So keeping an eye on that, Ryan, as we head into our Wednesday. And then there's the warm up I teased earlier on. By Friday, we're nearing 50.
A lot of back and forth on that forecast, Sarah. Thank you very much.